Another Dead End Hip Hop classic album review exclusively for the Patrons. Y'all voted for it, man. $25 and up, you guys get to vote. Everybody, $1 and up, y'all get to watch it. Who did Jay beat out?
So he beat out Cannibal Ox.
I want to say, of course, because I mean he's been in a couple polls. And
he's lost. Yeah.
He's lost.
I can see why he got voted, but Cannibal Ox, the Cold Vein, got 13%. Core Mega, the Realness, got 2%.
That album's dope as fuck too.
Victor Vaughn, what's that?
Vaudeville
Villain. Immortal Technique, Revolutionary Volume 2. The Beatnuts, A Musical Massacre.
Whoever put the Beatnuts on there, like shit.
Yeah, props to you. Sugar Free Street Gospel, 3%.
Y'all leave Sugar Free alone, please. Sugar Free's not gonna win.
That's what we should do. The ones that got really low percentage, just make our own poll for those and like, yo, y'all pick one out of these. That'd be cool.
This was the ascension of Kanye, right? And I think Kanye was
not just him.
No, not.
He's just saying he's in him in particular right now. I get what he's
But
saying.
there is a connection with Kanye in this album.
Yes, big time.
Yeah.
I feel that, you know, Kanye was on the rise, and I think this is what stamped Kanye. So for him to be tied to this, for Jay-Z and The Rock to find him.
Dame actually found him, I think.
Who?
Yeah. Dame.
Oh, Dame.
Yeah.
That's what's up. But just the marriage, and then just how Jay-Z came on this thing, because this is also around the time that him and Nas was having the beef. I just think, man, just the wordplay, the vivid imagery that Jay gave you on this, man, like, that shit blew me away. Like, Girls, 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 Song Cry. I think Song Cry is one of, like, Jay's hardest songs ever, man. You know what I'm saying? I can never see him coming down my eyes, but I gotta make the song cry.
Like, the first time we heard him show the LL Cool J I Need Love side.
Even from the video.
Yeah, even from the video.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was his hardest though.
No, I don't mean hard in a sense that
Just him showing his vulnerability, because he's
showed
done that before.
No. He has.
This is his sixth album.
He showed his vulnerability, but he separated Jay-Z and Sean Carter still. You know, I'm still this big egotistical type of guy with all of this pride. I can't cry, but I'm gonna let my art do the crying for me. You know, even the commercial songs, Ola Ovito, you know what I'm saying? You Don't Know, super
You Don't
hard.
Know, come on, you gotta talk about it.
Yeah.
It's just like everything that you want.
That was the shit.
But
Man, that shit used to ring in the club. They put that shit on in the fucking club.
To the day.
What? Yes, today. Look the fuck out. Yep. Hell yeah.
I just think that Jay-Z delivered on a lot of different levels on this, man.
You think this classic B?
Oh shit.
Do I think this is a classic? Dang, just go right into it, huh? I mean, is it one of my favorite Jay albums? Yeah, a classic.
Fuck yeah.
I've been asking myself.
I've been thinking that too. Yeah, as much as I love this album, it's like
wonder why people say this is a classic album.
To Feefo
It's crazy to me.
And like, you keep saying Kanye West, but this is a Just Blaze coming out party too. Like,
Yeah,
you keep saying Kanye West.
Yeah.
And I mean, let's not forget that Eminem came out on this album and like bashed this bad boy. I mean, like
He did. He
watched Jay-Z on his own album.
He got Jay.
I mean, he came out
one of the
like
the
it
few
was
on one hand that got
He
Jay.
did not get Jay.
You're out of your fucking mind.
He didn't
Hey, man,
get Jay.
let's give you that Jay lyrically.
I liked his scheme on this shit.
Nah,
Yeah, the only scheme was tricking you that it was better than Eminem. That was the only
Look. Right, I give you that the lyrics was on point. No, hell no. What
Bro,
are you
this
talking
is-
about?
Are you kidding me?
The only reason I would like to say that Jay-Z got him is because I don't want to say white man beat Jay-Z.
Eminem ain't white. He's French.
I'm pro-black. But nah, I gotta give credit.
I guess for me, I just personally related more to Jay's verse than Eminem.
They pulling out the personally for
I'm
me.
just saying, bro. I'm just saying, and I think a lot of people would agree with me.
when you
No, they won't.
When you
don't know about
Niggas would agree with me.
Negroes at that point were like, oh my God,
niggas would agree with me.
No, they wouldn't.
Niggas would agree with me,
they
man.
wouldn't.
That shit was a lot more relatable.
Relatable is one thing, but a better verse? No.
We used to have this argument in the office. I remember.
You were wrong then too.
But I mean, to answer the question, I'm trying to think, is it I mean, in my requirements of classic, it did have some skip, because like, usually at this point, Jay was always having them half-ass singles, but then the albums be, good.
What was skippable on this? Please
H
let
to
me
the
know.
Izzo.
H
I
to
ain't
the
really
Izzo.
like H to the Izzo.
That was a big hit. That was a big radio
hit.
hit.
Radio hit. But it's a skippable track.
How? If it's a big, how? How?
It being a big radio hit doesn't mean you can't. It's not skippable.
To you it is. But it's
to a lot of people.
Because I remember when I first heard it, it didn't get me hyped for the album. I was just like, okay,
but that's you.
The only reason why
you can't call that you can't call a hit a skippable. How you call it?
Yes, you can.
How?
Because you're only speaking for yourself. It's not like Beast.
Not for yourself. It's for a lot of people.
Wait. You said wait.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Just because the radio is not a skippable hit.
No, I'm saying like, how are you gonna call a radio hit a skippable track?
Wait. So
every radio hit song.
Wait.
Okay,
so Nostradamus is not a skippable hit. Nasty. That was a radio hit. That shit was skippable like a motherfucker.
To you, but to a lot of people, they
speaking for?
No.
What do you mean?
Songs don't make it to the radio just because they're the dopest songs.
I ain't said it was the dopest song.
Sometimes they just get picked out by either the artist or the label. It's like,
I didn't say it was the dopest song.
Your super fandom is showing a little bit.
Yeah, Nostradamus was garbage. You Owe Me with Genuine, that was a radio hit. Garbage.
But again, that's not just because it. Just
skippable.
My logic.
Don't put it on me, because I think this whole shit is skippable. So put it back on me.
Yeah, my logic is it's skippable if it's an overall consensus that okay, this was a whack ass song. This was a filler song. That's what I feel like. That's what I feel like a skippable track is.
So what about Give It To Me? The one that.
Wait, so you have to take a fucking poll whether or not you can skip a track?
No, I'm talking about like if it's 10 people in this room,
Sunshine.
Everybody's going. Wait, Sunshine.
Wait. The one with
Sunshine wasn't big though. Sunshine wasn't big.
That was the first thing off that album.
That was a big ass.
No, that wasn't big though. I'm not even saying I like the sound like that. But to call it skippable though.
Yeah, in the album I was like, it don't match.
How in the fuck? You got people that are going to buy.
Like
B, fuck that. No, we're gonna argue. We about to fucking argue. There's no way you can say this is a skippable track if this type of shit makes people buy the album. You have a group of people that's gonna buy the album based off the H2 Izzo song.
I brought it off a strip of J.
I know you did. Yeah. I get it. But there are people that listen to H2 Izzo and go and buy a Jay-Z album. And you're telling me that that's skippable? Yo, out of your fucking mind. Y'all making my blood pressure go up.
Wait, hold on. You just said they still play You Don't Know right now. And the remix, right?
Right.
Yeah, they play a lot of OJ songs.
Yeah.
When I think about whenever I do go out and about, I don't hear H to the.
But you did.
It can be played,
but not now anymore.
And look what you're saying. You're saying at the time, but you're saying at the time it was skippable. It's not a skippable track.
So you saying back then in 01,
I don't know if
I didn't like the single. When I first heard the single, I was like, it's okay. Like,
but it was typical Jay-Z, right?
Yeah,
typical Jay-Z.
Like I said in the beginning of my review, I said Jay-Z was on a roll of making like not so good
100%.
singles, but the albums I'd be like, oh shit, I fuck with the album.
100%.
Give It To Me off the Dynasty.
This was
I didn't like
right
it.
up his-
I didn't like Give It To Me.
This was his
Okay, I gave you my logic as to why I don't think it's a skippable track. What's your logic to why it's a skippable track?
Because when I first heard the song, I didn't care for it.
No, not just you. Just thinking about it in general. It's a skippable track. You said that this is a skippable track. How?
He just said it didn't match the rest of the album.
The only thing I'll give you is that I skip those tracks because they play them so much on the radio. They wear them out. So when it gets to the album, yeah, I might skip it for that reason. But to say it's a skippable track, I don't agree with that because that single made people buy the album. Whether you believe it or not, people heard that song and like, yo, I need to go get this new Jay-Z.
Somebody do a poll. I'm gonna do it right now.
Let's move on.
I just want to know.
Let's move on. Y'all fucking crazy.
The thing I do like about this album, I like the fact that Jay like went back to the soul. Like he went back soulful. Like, you know, well, not really back, but like this was some of the like most soulful tracks that I heard Jay spit over. Even more soulful than Reasonable Doubt. It's like my third favorite Jay-Z album. Second or third.
Wait, this is your second and third favorite, and you don't think this is a classic?
Yeah, I don't think it's a classic.
So you only think Jay has one, maybe two classic albums in his catalog?
Reasonable Doubt is definitely, yeah.
Okay, so Reasonable Doubt, no question. What's the second one then?
Blueprint 3.
Hell no.
Nobody agrees with you.
Black Album is one of my favorites too. So,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like 1, 2, and 3. Like it's usually like it's either Reasonable Doubt, either Black Album. It depends on how I'm feeling. Black Album 2, Blueprint 3, or Blueprint 2, Black Album 3. It just depends on how I'm feeling.
Blueprint rides, man.
In my criteria, which we did an old video of that, usually with classics, it had to be a non-skippable album. Like I have to not be like, I should have pressed that fast forward button. Like I should be able to let it play.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just saying that's for me.
I think plenty of classic albums have
Don't have
skippable songs.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man. With your
Yeah, I'm just saying. Because I just feel that there are a lot of people that would skip the track. I think I really believe people are sometimes brainwashed into thinking shit's good when it isn't.
And I understand that, Ken. Because I said I skipped the track too. I skipped it too when I got the album. I never listened to the singles.
Too much of that.
Yeah, I never listened to singles when it comes
But when you
on
first
the
heard it,
album.
you liked it? When
I
you
thought it was
first
cool,
heard it?
yeah. I was saying Ace to the Izzo, nigga. I'm not going front.
Oh no, I'm not.
Yeah.
Like I said, when I first heard it, I was just like, damn, Jay, again, you make a not so good single, but then
You got niggas saying it.
Yeah.
Like I've always like when this album comes up, everybody always say, "Oh, the blueprint." Everybody pulls up the blueprint, and when I go listen to it, and I do like the album, but when I listen to it, I just don't understand why or the appeal behind why this album. What makes this album like stand a cut above the rest?
The production, man. The production.
He's right.
But I mean,
I don't know. Jay has this weird, odd way of just
Influencing.
fooling people.
Yeah.
It is amazing to me how people just, and I understand because it don't sound like it, but I am a Jay fan. Like 2001, Big Time Jay. Like I played this album a lot myself.
It came out on 9/11.
Yeah, it came out on 9/11. I remember like the shit was happening. I still went and bought the album.
I played this album a lot. I was looking forward to Jay-Z albums. But even at that time when a lot of people were, man, you gotta put on that blueprint, And I just didn't understand. It was a good album, but I didn't understand how people were so in love with it. And maybe it is Kanye and Just Blaze and all these people.
And then there was the
that
whole
just
Nas shit and all that takeover, and he's talking about Mobb Deep.
I think that was the thing that made it, like, the intro was definitely
Rules
cool.
Back, yeah.
Takeover was that shit. You know, You Don't Know was that shit.
Just Blaze.
Song probably
Yeah,
that
man,
shit.
Renegade was the one that did it for a lot of people.
Think about that. Like, think about all the
Lyrical Exercise was
was
another one
because a lot of
that
people
did
didn't
it for a
even
lot
get
of
that
people.
far. You didn't know it was there.
And Lyrical Exercise was one of the only shits in this whole thing. I was like,
That was the one.
That was the one I usually tell you, like when
Man, we was like, what the fuck?
That was the one.
the rest of this shit.
But there are some average songs on here.
like
Oh shit! Ola Ovito.
okay, you already said that.
Heart of the City.
Whoa!
H
Wait!
to the O to
I can't do
Izzo.
this. I'm not gonna do this.
This was my very first time listening to this album. I don't like Jay-Z. I've never liked Jay-Z.
Because
why? Clearly because he degrades women.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. Shout out to the absolutely astronomically stupid fucking person on Twitter. I've never cared for Jay-Z's rap style. I've never cared for his delivery. I don't think he's whack like some people think I do. I'm just not that into him. And listening to this album really reinforced why I don't care for Jay-Z. That H to the Izzo song was one of the worst songs I'd ever heard back then. And it's still a terrible song to me. Girls, 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 holy fuck. It's so bad. Good, I do it. Oh, it's so fucking awful. So awful.
that was a big hit too.
Jay-Z, to me, his delivery was just really fucking dry. I did like All I Need. I thought that beat was really dope.
Yeah, that was like one of
the
my
congos and shit.
That was actually like one of my favorite songs. Like
That song is dope.
And a lot of people that wasn't a lot of people's favorite, but that I don't know, it was just something like I think it was the Congos in it that really pulled
That
me
beat
in.
is really nice.
Sub-Zero,
Yeah.
man. Bink, man.
Who was that?
Bink.
Bink.
He produced a lot
okay.
of joints on Rick Ross's last.
That's one of my favorite
Yeah.
jams off of this. And, yeah.
I actually didn't know the ether I will not lose came from that you don't know. That was called. You don't know. I didn't know it came from that song.
Yeah.
So that was interesting listening to that and hearing
hear
that
that,
I will
yeah.
not lose, and then going back to Takeover where he's like, yeah, I took your voice, you weren't using it
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
and then Nas went try to do the same fucking thing, and I didn't even know until 20 something years later. So that was like a really cool revelation for me. But outside of that,
Renegade.
well, Renegade I like, but I don't like it for Jay. I like it because the first time I heard it was M and Royce. So then Jay replaced an amazing verse with his fucking
Royce shit was so
subpar ass
fucking dope.
Yeah, man.
Royce
Yeah,
was
man. Chew off your vest, turn your chest to taco meat. Jay had no fucking lines like that. Jay just blah 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 blah.
We're gonna play it. We're gonna fucking play it.
I was actually really interested to listen to this album just because I don't know if it's a classic, so I have to depend on y'all for that kind of thing. So when I'm listening to it, I'm just like, I don't get it. I don't really get it with this album. I don't get it. Like all those cool lines that y'all would throw at me when I'd be like, Jay-Z's not that great of a rapper. Y'all would throw these like really cool like coded lines. I'd be like, damn, you know, I need to really go sit down and listen to some Jay-Z. And I did. And no.
To a lot of people, it's his signature album. That is the one.
But I know it's a personal thing.
Yeah.
I know no one's gonna agree with me, and that's fine. It's just Jay-Z does not, he doesn't do it.
I've always wondered, what is it about this album? And I think Feefo, you might be right. I think it has to be Kanye and Just Blaze.
I think that was the foundation to this album, but I definitely think that the reason why this was elevated so much so at the time, it was just all of the stuff that was happening around Jay. And especially when you're talking about, like in hip hop, the idea was that, you know, Jay and Nas are the kings of New York. You know what I'm saying? So for one king to try to take down the other king, that was huge at the time. Nah, man, this thing is a classic to me, man. I think Jay, if you're a Jay fan, he gave you everything that you wanted on here, man. He gave you the storytelling. He peeled back layers on this. He gave you that super hard shit would never change. I really love this album. You know, this is definitely in my top 5. Do we still have that one post when
It's still up there
it's still
somewhere.
up there somewhere, right? Jay,
we ranked
Jay
the album
years ago, he ranked his own albums, and then me, Rod, and Ken ranked Jay's albums on the website.
I thought you did too. You didn't?
I think Vic sent it.
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah.
So definitely go to deadandhiphop.com.
we'll put the link in the description.
Yeah, we'll put the link.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and go check that out. My top 5 hasn't changed. It's exactly like that today. But nah, man, I think that, you know, Jay was always a trendsetter. I think he definitely set trends at the time with this.
Is it a classic? I guess shit.
Man, to be honest with you, I'm still kind of conflicted. Like, is this really a classic album? As much as I enjoy this album,
Rod's finna switch.
I'm really thinking like, is it like?
The
I'm trying to
re-examine our friendship and shit.
And if I'm thinking, if it is a classic, like, why is it a classic? Like, 'cause I really don't. I really cannot answer that question. I really don't know.
So you consider. So Clips have no fury. You can say that definitely is a classic, but you can't say that this definitely is a classic. Come on, B.
No, because
I mean, if you have to question it.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's what I know. And the
Because
fact
it's
that
like Reasonable Doubt is just like, it ain't. I won't put Blueprint and Reasonable Doubt on the same like classic plateau. So yeah, like.
Because they're not on the same. They're not classic for the same reason.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Get your life right, B.
Yeah. I don't know if I can call it the classic just because some of the skippable songs.
I don't think this is a classic album by Jay-Z.
Y'all are fucking
This
tripping
is
right now.
This is
God damn. What are y'all saying right now? This is blasphemy.
Blasphemous. This is, for the record, one of my favorite Jay-Z albums, but it is not a classic album to me. Whenever people would say it, I would try to understand why, and I often wonder if it's just they're just a Jay-Z stan.
No, fuck no.
There are a lot. It has a lot to do with that.
You're saying a Jay-Z like as if it's bad or something. Like if it was a bad album and you say, oh, this is Stand-em or whatever. This isn't the case.
I think Stand-em can push an album to classic status undeservedly.
I can't with this shit, dog. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. What the fuck? Are we serious right now? Jay-Z's Blueprint. Y'all can talk about a lot of different ones that you don't consider classic. But Jay-Z's Blueprint though? Golly, that's crazy.
Because I've been waiting to have this actual discussion. It's surprising we haven't really had this
Because I had no clue that y'all didn't consider this a classic.
For me, I just never saw, nobody was ever able to explain the reasons why it should be it should hold a classic status. If we want to point to Kanye and Just Blaze and those big hits, okay, fine. But I don't know if that's enough. I'm only debating the classic status. That's it. So y'all don't come to me with no bullshit. Don't come to me with no bullshit. 'Cause I played this shit a lot, and I am a fan of Jay-Z.
Right.
I have no idea.
I mean, why is it in a classic? I guess.
I'm not saying it's not.
Oh, okay.
I have
So,
absolutely
is it
no
a classic?
idea. I have literally no idea.
This is fucking crazy.
No. It's not crazy for me. I don't know. Today was
But the same way you said you don't know about like graduation and all that, Kanye's graduation, that's the same way you're grading this, right?
No, because I listened to Graduation for years.
Okay.
I've listened to this album for literally 4 days. Literally 4 days. I've listened to this album 3 times, 2.5 technically.
That's crazy.
So I can't. I'm not gonna sit here and try to pretend I know what I'm talking about. 'Cause I have no idea.
This does hold classic album status. Like,
I'll take your word for it.
It's
So-
universally recognized as a classic.
Then fine, that's a classic. My opinion doesn't matter. Y'all's do. I don't listen to Jay. I listen to this album. I don't get the fucking hype at all. I thought all the singles that came from this were terrible. There were some of the deeper cuts that I thought were okay. The rest of this shit is just not for me. So, classic? I don't know. Don't listen to me. I don't know.
Gosh.